Ahoy there, YouTubers and plant lovers. It's Justin coming to you from the Big Blue Nation again. And today I was going to show you how to repot Echinocactus, Grusonii. Some of you might know it as the Golden Barrel Cactus, Mother-in-Law's Cushion, or the Golden Ball Cactus. Whatever you call it, it sure is a beautiful cactus. I do love it because it's got that globular shape, kind of like a globe, and the spines are really big, and I mean, it looks really threatening. You can tell by this huge one here I've got. That's one that's been at least about 20, maybe 30 years old. It's an old cactus. It's very, very large. It takes almost about 10 years for them to get about 10 centimeters. So they do grow very quickly in the beginning. But other than that, they'll start slowing down, and it'll take a long time until you get one about this size. But I'm really proud of this one. I love it. I've had it for a long time. But a lot of people are intimidated by this cactus, and rightfully so. Now they've been tested for thorn toxicity, and nothing's been found. So they're not toxic. The spikes are not toxic at all. But they do have microscopic sheaths that will remain in your skin if you get pricked by one or poked by one. So you do kind of have to be careful because they are painful. And whenever you're going to go ahead and transplant these, you will need something that you can kind of wrap around the cactus to kind of keep the thorns from hitting you. So I've got this towel here that'll help me. And you can wear gloves. Oftentimes I find that they get in the way and they'll hinder you more than kind of help you. So I'm just going to use this and let you know how it goes for me. Now the substrate I'm using, once again, is Miracle Grow. It's kind of a personal preference, but I really like it. Especially the one that's set up for cacti, succulents, and citrus plants. It's very gritty. It's got a lot of sand in it to help with the drainage, which is very important. You want to make sure these cacti do not sit in water at all. They're native to the deserts around Mexico, and they do not like it wet at all. And they love light. So these cacti need at least 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight a day. In the wintertime, you can get away with setting them on a windowsill, but in the summertime, they really need to be outside in the direct sunlight. You won't get one this size by setting it on your windowsill. Alright, so I'll go ahead and fill this pot up about 3/4 of the way, maybe a little bit more with dirt, and then kind of hollow out a little hole with my hand. And by the way, I drilled 2 holes in here to make sure that the water will drain out, because like I said, they do not like water and they do not like to sit in water. What you're going to do is loosen up the pot just by squeezing it, and you want to kind of get the root ball broken up inside there and get the pot off of the sides in the soil or whatever. Now that I've got it loosened, I'm going to go ahead and wrap the towel around my cacti and kind of hold it there and pull it out. And now the soil is really saturated. I don't know if you can see that, but I just got this little guy from Home Depot a couple days ago. So I haven't given him any water, but his soil, it looks like he just sat in water for a little bit. So I am going to loosen the root ball a little bit just to kind of help the roots out so they're not all compacted down in there and not getting any nutrients. This will kind of help them in order to spread out and be able to get more nutrients down at the bottom. They don't have really thick roots. They are fairly thin, so you do have to be careful with them. You don't want to break a whole lot. But as I say, a general rule of thumb is you can remove about 60 to 75% of a root of a plant without actually causing harm to the plant. Say you've got root rot or something like that, that would come in handy just to kind of go ahead and take off a lot of the roots. But these roots appear to be healthy, so I think I'm in a pretty good state here. Now I've got a really good hold on this towel because I don't want these spikes to come out and poke me in the hand, because they do hurt. I think I've loosened up a good amount. Pull out a little bit of dirt. Now I'm just going to set that down in there. Kind of take off the towel. I'll leave half of it in there so it kind of holds it up. And I'm going to pack some dirt around on this side before it falls down in there. Now you may get a little bit of dirt in there with the spines, but don't worry, that will wash out over time. And just be careful with your fingers, because if you hit one of these spines, you're going to know it, and it's going to hurt. But that comes with the territory. You can't be a cacti lover and not get poked by a cacti. Got a little root hanging out here on the side. He'll be fine. You just kind of tuck him back up under there, and then pour a little bit of dirt over him. And now he's got a lot of room to grow, and this, to fill up this pot, it's going to be at least another decade. Now, I don't recommend doing what I'm doing because you will get poked by a spine. I've had cacti for at least 10 years, and I've always been replanting them. I even have a saguaro that has bigger spines than this. So I'm kind of used to getting poked by these things. But to kind of get the soil better under there, you can use a pencil, a pen, or anything like that, a paintbrush, a chopstick, and kind of poke that around there. It's better to get them poked than you. So if you have anything else that you can use, do it. Alright, I went ahead and got me a little pencil here just to kind of clean the spines out. So when you're doing this, you just want to be a tiny bit forceful, but not much. You do not want to break a spine, but you do have to kind of get in there a little bit and kind of get them to vibrate so they can kick off some of this excess dirt. Now normally when you're transplanting a cactus, you want to do that around the early spring, right before the summertime. But like I said, I just got this guy, so it's not going to hurt him any just to go ahead and transplant him and give him a big home for wintertime, because it's a-coming. Alright, he looks pretty good. I gave him a once-over to make sure that I don't see any pests or anything like that. The roots looked healthy. He does look like a big boy. Alright, now you can kind of take your finger or just lay your pencil down there and kind of mash in the dirt a little bit. You don't want to be too hard because you don't want to hurt the roots, but you do want to get the air bubbles kind of out of there, kind of compact it a little bit. And had my cacti not had saturated roots, I would go ahead and water him at this point. Whenever you transplant a cactus, you need to just water them that one time to get them established, and after that, Mother Nature needs to be the only time this plant gets water. I mean, if it's going to be an indoor cacti, I would only water them whenever it rains outside, because these cacti are used to going without water for a long time, and they thrive on neglect. So you don't need to feed your cacti often or any at all. I mean, Miracle-Gro puts enough food in there to feed these plants for at least 6 months. So I will not feed this guy at all, even in the summertime. I'll just set him out there, monitor his substrate. As long as the substrate looks good, your cacti will be fine. You do not need to feed them any. Unless you're going to show them and you want them to get bigger or anything like that, but it's going to take a long time before you get one of these big boys. Now, they glue these fake flowers on. I do not like that at all because it's hot glue and it can mess with the cacti, but they do it just to sell more of them. So, but he looks good. I think he is going to be fine in this home for at least another 10 years. And like I said, you make sure that your pot does have drainage holes in here. And I'll sit him on my probably bedroom windowsill for all of the winter time. And that'll be about it. Well, tubers, that's really all I have to say about Echinocactus grusonii or the Golden Barrel Cactus. But I tell you what, this is one of my favorite cacti. I love them. They are beautiful. Let me know in a comment. Let me know if you've had any success or failures with this cactus. And let me know what's your favorite cactus. Be sure to hit the like button. And while you're at it, hit the subscribe button too. And don't forget to hit that bell so that you'll know anytime I've uploaded a new video. Alright guys, take it easy. Have a good one. And don't forget, always plant prudently. Alright tubers, if you want to see last week's video, click over here. And if you would like to subscribe to my channel, you can click over here as well. Alright guys, thank you.